Oh no, look at all this snow. How would I ever get out? I don't have all-wheel drive. I wish I had a Golf R, right? I miss driving this car. We had a snowstorm here in New York City last week, and being that my car is street parked, it's just been covered in snow for like the entire week, just sitting there. And I was too lazy to go and shovel and dig it out, so I was just like, let me just let nature do its thing. And luckily, after the blizzard, the next few days was hot and it was like 40 degrees and sunny, so all the snow just naturally melted off without me having to do any work. I know some of you are gonna be like, oh, well, why don't you get a garage? You don't have to deal with that, all that rust and salt on your car. Well, listen here, you dick nugget. Kind of like dino nuggets, but you know, instead of dino, it's dick. Obviously, of course, I would very much like a garage or even a driveway, but you know, I'll take what I can get. I'm grateful for what I have already. This car, this channel, you guys watching. The garage or driveway will come one day, but for now, I'm happy with what I got. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop chasing for what I want. RS3. But what's up, you guys? What's happening? I hope you guys are staying safe, staying healthy, staying warm. Hope you guys are well. I know there have been a lack of videos lately, and I do apologize. But given the current state of the world, we're, I don't know, in a global pandemic. I don't know if you guys have heard. And on top of that, winter is here, so I don't think anybody is installing parts in their yard or going to car meets or doing cruises. Or, well, I guess cruises are doable, but me personally, I am pretty lazy when it gets cold. But hopefully that will change this summer. You know, maybe this whole pandemic will be over and everything will be as close to normal as we can get, and maybe all the car stuff will resume. But for now, this winter, I'm just trying to maintain and just have it run well enough into summer, which is why I am actually heading to TCR Performance in the middle of nowhere in Bumblefuck, New Jersey. But I'm not even doing anything major, no turbo upgrade or anything exciting. If I am gonna get to that, that would be in the summer. But I'm just going there for basic maintenance, oil change, spark plugs. And I guess you might be wondering, why would I drive basically 150 miles round trip just to go to TCR Performance, which by the way stands for Tin Can Racing Performance, just to do basic maintenance when I could easily do it at the mechanic down my block? Well, for one thing, it's not always about just whatever is convenient or the money. Sometimes it's about the people, and Josh and Lexi at TCR Performance are great, good people, and I trust them with my car. You know, given that they raced their GTIs when they had it, now they're upgraded to racing RS3s. Anything engine or mechanical oriented, I always bring it to Lexi and Josh at TCR. And last week I did have a little scare on the way home. You know, that dreaded GTI noise or that notification when something is up or you get a light, and this sound. That is the sound of a heart attack. But on the way home, I got a warning that my engine oil was low, and I didn't have any engine oil in my trunk, so I kind of just said a prayer and drove it all the way home still. You know, given it wasn't that long, and it was about like five miles. So, but the very next day, I just went to AutoZone, got a bottle of 5W40 Castrol, and I filled up like half the bottle. And I looked over the engine bay and stuff. I didn't see any signs of leaks, but I couldn't get under the car. So I'm hoping when they jack it up at TCR, they can also take a look at it. Hopefully nothing is wrong, no leaks. But after I filled it up, I took it out, drove it around, warmed it up. Did that for 2 days, and no warning light, no nothing. And then I checked the oil level again, and it seemed fine. So maybe I was just naturally, you know, burning oil. My last oil change, I did it myself at around 39,000. I did it using the extractor. I do the extractor and then jacking it up from the oil pan like every other oil change. But the last one I did it through the extractor. It wasn't the most clean process, meaning my car wasn't as level, so I wasn't able to measure the oil the oil level properly, and I kind of just said whatever, seems good enough, right? So I assume maybe I actually did put a little too little in it last time. But to be fair, I did take it on like 2 road trips, one to like Boston, 400 miles round trip, and then another to upstate New York, 200 miles round trip. So it really could just be I naturally burnt the oil out. Burnt it. What happens to burnt stuff? Evaporated. Burnt oil. We'll do it properly this time and just check the car. Hopefully there's no leaks, no oil pan cracks. I have been very careful with this piece of shit oil pan. I've been very careful with this oil pan. I've been saving money for an out-of-pocket repair for anything coolant related. I wasn't even expecting, oil pan related, but we'll see. And no, this video is not sponsored by Unitronic in any way. Their air freshener actually smells really good, so I have it on. I put 2 of them on. Way better than any black ice. Yo, check this out. What's that like new Volkswagen concept that was coming out? Like the ID concept or something, right? It's supposed to be electric. Nah, just scrap it, bro. Look, 35 miles per gallon. I'm saving the world in this stage 2 GTI. So we're good. Just tell Volkswagen to scrap that concept. When you come to the back, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 RS3s. Honestly, this is my favorite color, the gray. And I think one of them is like, I forgot which one exactly. It's like IROS big turbo or something, running like 9s and 8s. Man, I can't see inside. Is this one stock or lifted? So I just about finished. I did my oil change, my engine oil change, spark plugs, and a particular type of sensor that goes on that exhaust part where it meets the turbo. I think Josh is really good at his job, and he really knows his way around the MQBs. And no, he didn't like pull me aside and was like, hey, can you give me a shout out in your video, or can you say something nice about me? No, he didn't say anything like that. I personally, it's just my opinion that I think he really knows his way around the MQB, especially GTIs, and he's just really good at his job. He did everything in like an hour and a half. He had to remove my downpipe too, and then he did the thing, and then he put it back on, and he did that in like less than 10 minutes. That was the fastest downpipe install I've ever seen. But anyways, about the low engine oil, there was no damage to any major part. My oil pan is fine, everything's intact. We did find, or he found seepage from the upper timing thing.
So the upper timing cover is leaking a little bit. So we've got some fluid here, you can see, and it's actually dripping down from, if you look up there.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, the upper timing cover is underneath the gasket, pushes out a little bit.
And there was no other leaks, no coolant or anything like that. So I'm really happy with this car then, as long as there's no coolant or anything as major as like a water pump, and given that I think I'm really close to out of warranty. I think 2021 is in March, it's going to be over 5 years, and that's going to be me out of powertrain warranty. I think then I would have to pay for any like the water pump out of pocket, which I'm probably just going to bring it back here anyways if it ever happens, but fingers crossed it has not yet. In terms of spark plugs, he said my old ones were fine, and I didn't even need to change them. I did get them from FCP Euro, so I'm sending the old ones back anyways, so I'm getting my money back. So it really is at no cost to me, and I'm gonna also send back my engine oil and all that for like, I don't know, like $15-16 of shipping, and you get fresh parts and you get your money back. Then I'm all for it. Nobody knows how they do it or how they're profiting from it. I don't care. I'm just sending it back. I'm getting my money back, so But my old spark plugs were the OEM spark plugs, gapped at 0.024, I believe. And I think this time he gapped them. I told him I was Unitronic stage 2. He gapped it at around like 0.026. I was having a bit of a rough idling, so I thought maybe that would be the issue. So I changed them anyways. And since I'm sending it back, getting my money back, it doesn't really matter. The stage 2 Unitronic, it's not as aggressive as other tunes anyway, so I think the stock ones are fine. I'm not like super pushing it anyways, so I think I should be fine. Worst case scenario, I'll change them again in the next 10,000, 15,000, and also send them back and give my money back from FCP Euro. But other than that, I mean, everything seems fine. Everything is working optimally. Everything is working to a T. So, you know, I'm really happy with this car. I'm at 44,000. I've seen a lot of GTIs hit 100,000. So fingers crossed, you know, I'll just be super happy if I'm gonna hit 100,000. And then I don't know if it still works at 100,000. Maybe I'll keep it and just run it till the wheels fall off. So I mean, that more or less is it. Like I said in the beginning, there wasn't really nothing special about this video. I'm not doing anything performance wise or anything super exciting, just basic maintenance. And you know, if you have basic maintenance questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll try my best to answer them, or somebody else can answer it. And I think that's it. Fingers crossed my car lasts through the winter, and catch you guys in the next one.